Richard Loeb is a 19-year-old boy who is always been in the shadow of those around him. He comes from a wealthy family. He has smart, intelligent, successful siblings, and he was raised to work hard so he would accelerate in school and look like a genius, though he never really was one. So he is a guy searching for power over others.
Now, Loeb is a very complex character. He does some pretty heinous stuff. And as an actor, what draws you to wanting to play a role like this?
Yeah. At first, I was drawn to the role because it's something like I've never got to do before. I do a lot of musical theater, singing, dancing, that kind of stuff. So this is a big turn for me. But the risk of playing Loeb is that he can come off as just a one-trick bad guy, committed a heinous act. What is fascinating about playing him is trying to figure out what his human elements were, what made him tick, and why he did this, so that he doesn't come off as just a crazed killer. Luckily, with the Leopold and Loeb murder, there's so much source material. People were fascinated with this and have been for 100 years now. I read a book called For the Thrill of It by Simon Batts, which was very informative. Even though we met with the writer of the show, and he said, this is not a true telling of their story, this is a dramatization, this is a theatrical experience. So he said, don't try to look too hard into that, but I found it very informative of finding the human aspects of Richard in this book that was delving into the psychology of what the arguments they used in court even, of why he did this, how that helped. Reading the court documents, their confessions, their lies that they told, and then eventually the truth they told in the end was very revealing. Truly, this production is a story of a relationship. It's a toxic relationship. And possibly under different circumstances, maybe with the right influences, Richard would have ended up differently, Nathan would have ended up differently, the story would have never happened. These two found each other, and they played off of each other in a way that was unhealthy and led down this spiral. So I think it's a lesson to us all of learning enough about yourself, learning enough about your relationships, and pushing the limits of where you can go when things are bad. I think, first of all, we currently have a fascination with true crime. I mean, I think that podcasts, TV shows, Netflix specials, we love it all. So this is another one of those experiences just live on stage, which is probably the coolest medium that you can see this in. Its relevance today is fascinating because still, I mean, now both Nathan and Richard are dead. They never learned why they did it. And that's all we can do is speculate as to why. So this is another speculation as to why this crime happened. And so hopefully that leaves people thinking, why? Ask the question to the audience as well. Why? What's going on here?